Hey everybody! I was on the call the other day with the members of my design club, and I was left a little shook. I asked them, how many of you have an email newsletter? And I was expecting like half of them to raise their hands. And only like a few raised their hands, and they raised them like very apprehensively. And I thought, this is a really important message that I need to get out there. So if you're an artist, a designer, a creator, you sell products online, you're a small business owner of any type, you have a restaurant, a boutique even, it is so important to have an email newsletter. I can't even emphasize how important it is to have an email newsletter. To be able to send that out and get directly in touch with your audience right away is so powerful. It's one of the best things I've done for my business. And I believe in it so much that I've actually added a series of lessons in my design club so that people can start their own email newsletters. And I've seen that a few of my students have done it, but I just have to reemphasize how powerful it is to be able to just sit down, draft a really quick message, send maybe a picture, and connect with your audience directly. I'm Xhico. I'm an artist, designer, and design educator. I teach on Skillshare, and I also have a free membership called Chico's Design Club. I also have a paid membership called Chico's Inner Circle, where creative entrepreneurs and designers level up their marketing skills. I hope to see you there. But until then, let's talk more about Flodesk. I can't even emphasize how important it is to have an email newsletter. To be able to send that out and get directly in touch with your audience right away is so powerful. It's one of the best things I've done for my business. And I believe in it so much that I've actually added a series of lessons in my design club so that people can start their own email newsletters. And I've seen that a few of my students have done it, but I just have to reemphasize how powerful it is to be able to just sit down, draft a really quick message, send maybe a picture, and connect with your audience directly. You know, it gets out the middleman. It takes out Instagram or Facebook. I mean, imagine if your Instagram or Facebook got hacked. What would you do? Where would all your audience go to find you? How would you get in touch with them? How would you let them know you got hacked? You know, there are so many kind of like self-defeating stories we tell ourselves when we're thinking about starting a newsletter. I've been there, believe me. And we might think, oh, it's too difficult, or nobody wants to hear from me, or what else do I hear a lot? People are going to unsubscribe. Of course they are. People have unsubscribed to me, but that's okay. You're just refining your audience. When I started out doing email newsletters, I was really frustrated and I honestly never used it. I was using MailChimp for years and it just was kind of a tool just sitting there collecting dust. And then I thought, oh, maybe I'll try ConvertKit. That really didn't help either. Those were just like too complex for me. And I felt like it was too hard to make like a beautiful email. Everything felt like it was coming out of Word or something. And I'm like, I'm not really like that Word kind of visual person. I'm more of like Illustrator visual person. And so when I discovered Flodesk, I was like so excited. I think I saw like a headline that said design emails beautifully. And I went to it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. It's like drag and drop. They have like beautiful templates to start me off. And I have everything I need to get started making a beautiful email. And I don't have all these extra bells and whistles that are, confusing me and wondering like, what is all this stuff for? So Flowdesk really amped up my email newsletter game. And that's when I got really excited about having an email newsletter. So I was so excited about it that I thought, all my members need to have this. So I created a whole series of lessons that made it really easy for them to get started from beginning to end. Flowdesk is really powerful. And getting it started in Flowdesk is so easy. I mean, they have like a few headers in the app. And, I set up lessons so that people can do this from A to Z with a handful of lessons and really get it all accomplished. But basically, what you do is you set up your opt-in form and you might offer a freebie like, I'm going to give you a coupon, a discount, or I'm going to send you a download of a color palette or a piece of art or something that you have to offer. And then when the person goes to sign up for that, it puts them on a segment. So you could say, this person's coming in because I gave them a discount, or this person's interested in art. And so you can start to set up segments of your audience, and it also gathers everybody on one big resource list. So you have one core list of everybody on your email list, and then you have your segments. So you can send them out to specific people with specific interest. And that's what makes it really great. And it also makes it easy to deliver those freebies. So let's say once that person signs up, I could set up a workflow. And a workflow means all I have to do is sit down once or write my email. Once I write my email out, that workflow is set. And now what happens is when someone signs up to that segment, it sets off a trigger and it sends that email that I've already written. And so that automatically gets delivered to the person. I don't have to do any more work beyond that. So I have a workflow set up. And then when I'm ready, I could sit down and I can draft a regular email, let's say my monthly newsletter, and I can draft that out and I can send it to my entire audience. Or I can sit down and let's say I'm having a sale and I could send it to only my discount segment if I wanted to. So there's so many different ways that Flodesk is so advantageous. Also, one of the things I love about Flodesk is if you use something like Linktree or Link in Bio or something like that, Flodesk has a link form that is built into Flodesk so you can create a similar thing without any extra cost each month. So Flodesk is one of my favorite resources. It's definitely my go-to for email marketing newsletters. I send out newsletters regularly and my audience loves it. And that's the best way to grow a relationship with your audience. It's the best way for you to build that trust with your audience over time. And then when it gets time to sell something, you have a whole list of people that are ready to buy because they already know you, they like you, and they trust you. So getting your email list should be a priority for any small business. I can't stress that enough. Flodesk is a great option for you to get started. You can get started risk-free with Flodesk because they give you a 30-day trial. And with my affiliate link, you'll also get a 50% discount off for the first year. So I highly recommend getting your email newsletter together, especially before the holiday season comes. That way you already have a list, an audience ready to look forward to your sales and what you have to offer. And don't forget, in the Design Club, I have a whole series of step-by-step lessons to quick start you on Flodesk and get you set up for success. It's all free. All you have to do is sign up for a free account there and you have access to all the lessons. I hope you get it together. I hope you get your email marketing newsletter together. I hope you use Flodesk, and I can't wait to see you in the Design Club.